Every 2 weeks, Tsubasa walks the same route. The pharmacy near his apartment never judges him for needing sleep medication. He pushes the door open. The bell chimes.
Welcome back, Tsubasa. Same as always. I have it ready.
She already has it? I never told her I was coming today.
I noticed you usually stop by around this time every other week, and I set aside your usual snack.
On the counter, next to his prescription, sits the exact brand of salted crackers he always grabs from the front aisle.
Thanks. I guess I am predictable.
Not at all. I just pay attention to the people who come here regularly.
His name is already written on the bag in neat, careful letters. Her name tag reads Hinata. He doesn't remember the previous pharmacist ever learning his name. He pays, takes the bag, and leaves. The evening air is cool. At home, the apartment is dark except for the blue glow of his clock. 3 a.m. as usual. Sleep never comes without the medication. He has tried everything else.
That pharmacist, it's like she knew exactly when I'd show up. And my snack? Creepy or convenient?
He opens his phone and checks the pharmacy's website. The staff page shows her photo, but no details about experience.
Maybe she's just efficient. Pharmacies keep records. That's probably all it is.
He crumples the empty snack wrapper and tosses it aside. The bag sits on his nightstand, next to his old prescription bottles. The clock ticks past 4 before he finally drifts off, the question lingering.
She said she pays attention, but no one's ever paid that much attention to me before.
The bag with his name remains on the nightstand, a small white rectangle in the darkness. The clock blinks 4:15. Another sleepless night ends with more questions than answers. 2 weeks later, the same evening. The pharmacy door chimes again. Tsubasa steps inside, and the same warm smile greets him from behind the counter.
Right on time, Tsubasa. Your prescription is ready.
Exactly 2 weeks, like she marked a calendar.
The paper bag sits on the counter, his name already written across it.
I added something extra today. Just a small note.
A note about the medication?
Nothing official. Just something I noticed.
He pays, takes the bag, and steps outside into the cool evening air. On the street, he feels a folded paper inside the bag and pulls it out. The note reads, "You looked tired today. Try eating earlier."
Tired? I didn't say a word. How could she know?
He walks home faster than usual, the note crumpled in his fist. In his apartment, under the dim lamp, he smooths out the note.
The same handwriting as my name on the bag. She wrote this herself.
He holds the note next to the bag. The ink matches, every stroke.
This isn't about pharmacy records. She's watching me. She said she pays attention, but this is personal. Next time I'm asking her straight. This can't be normal.
The clock on his nightstand reads 10 p.m. He hasn't touched his prescription. The note sits on his table, a small white flag of something unsettling. Outside, the pharmacy lights click off, one by one. But the question remains, more persistent than his insomnia. 2 weeks later, Tsubasa opens the pharmacy door. Hinata is already holding a small bag.
The manufacturer changed the generic brand. Let me know if it affects your sleep, okay?
She even monitors the manufacturer. This is more than just filling a prescription.
I added a note. It's something I noticed last time.
He pays and walks out, the bag clutched tighter than before. The note inside reads, "Don't skip meals on Tuesdays anymore."
Tuesday, I always forget to eat on Tuesdays. How does she know my habits? She's been tracking my meals. This isn't pharmacy care. This is surveillance.
He reaches his apartment and stares at the note. There's no explanation, only her neat handwriting.
Next time, I'll go on a different day. Let's see if she really knows my schedule.
The clock on his nightstand reads 2 a.m. Sleep feels even further away now. 10 days later, he walks in on a Wednesday. His usual schedule is Monday and Thursday. He pushes the door open, expecting surprise. But her smile is already there.
Welcome back, Tsubasa. Your prescription is ready. I had a feeling you might come early.
She prepared it, even on the wrong day. She's always ready. How did you know I'd come today? I usually don't come on Wednesdays.
Pharmacists notice patterns. You seemed a bit stressed last time, so I prepared just in case.
Stressed? I never told her. She's reading me like an open book.
He pays and leaves, the bag feeling heavier this time. No note, but the silence is louder. On the street, he stops under a flickering lamp and pulls out his phone. He searches her name again. No social media, no professional history, only the pharmacy staff page.
She's a ghost with a pharmacy license. Next time I'll ask her. No more dodging.
The following week, Tsubasa walks to the pharmacy with a single question burning in his mind. He pushes open the door. Hinata is already at the counter, a bag in hand.
Welcome back, Tsubasa. Your prescription is ready.
This is it. No more small talk. Hinata, I need to ask you something.
Of course. What's on your mind?
How do you know my schedule? The notes about my meals, my tiredness, that's not normal.
Pharmacists notice patterns. I just pay close attention to my regular patients.
That same line again. She's not giving me anything. Patterns? You knew I'd come on a Wednesday? You knew I skipped Tuesdays? That's not observant. That's personal.
I just care. Sometimes I worry about you, that's all.
Worry? She barely knows me. This makes no sense. Then, why the handwritten notes? No other pharmacist does that.
Because you seemed like someone who needed a little extra attention? I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
Her apology is soft, but her eyes hold something she isn't saying.
That almost sounded real, but it's still not an answer.
He takes the bag and leaves without another word, the mystery heavier than before. At home, he opens his laptop and types her name into every search engine he knows. Nothing. No social media, no old profiles, no college records, just the pharmacy staff page. He leans back in his chair. The screens glow, the only light in the room.
She's a blank slate. How do I dig into someone who doesn't exist online?
On his desk, the Tuesday note sits among the others, a growing pile of unanswered questions.
I'm not dropping this. She's hiding something, and I'll find out what.
The next evening, Tsubasa stops at a convenience store near the pharmacy for a cold drink. A familiar voice calls out from the parking lot.
Tsubasa? No way. It's been years, man.
Sato? From college? I almost didn't recognize you.
Still awake at all hours, huh? I remember you barely slept in class.
Sato glances toward the pharmacy window and freezes.
Wait, is that Hinata? Your lab partner from freshman year?
Lab partner? I don't remember anyone named Hinata. What are you talking about? I never had a lab partner named Hinata.
Yeah, you did. Freshman elective. You barely showed up, so she took notes for you the whole year. She's the reason you passed. I can't believe you don't remember.
She lent me notes for a year, and I don't remember her?
She was quiet. Sat in the back, always had her notebook ready. I thought you two were friends.
That's her? The pharmacist who's been watching me. She's from my past?
She's a pharmacist now? She was pre-med back then. Guess she switched.
Pre-med. She changed careers just to end up in this neighborhood pharmacy? That can't be a coincidence. She's here because of me.
Hey, are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Something like that. I need to go. Thanks, Sato.
Tsubasa walks away, his mind a storm of forgotten memories and troubling questions. Inside the pharmacy, Hinata tidies the counter, unaware her secret has begun to crack.
I need to see my old notebooks. If Sato's right, there'll be proof.
Back in his apartment, Tsubasa dragged a dusty storage box out from under his bed. The box was filled with old college texts and forgotten notebooks. He rummaged through the yellowed pages and pulled out a thin notebook.
This handwriting. I've seen it before.
He flipped to the cover. The name Hinata was written in the same neat letters. He reached for the pharmacy note on his desk. You look tired today. He held the two papers side by side. Every loop, every slant, identical.
It's her. The pharmacist. She's the same person.
You missed another class, Tsubasa? Here, I'll share my notes.
She was always there in the back of the lab. I never looked.
Fragments of memory surfaced. A quiet girl, always preparing notes he never thanked her for.
I forgot her. Completely. Someone who helped me for a whole year. She switched her whole career to end up at a pharmacy near me. This isn't just monitoring. She's been devoted to me for years.
He sat in silence, the weight of a devotion he never knew pressing down. Outside, the pharmacy lights flickered on for the evening shift. Through the window, Hinata moved behind the counter, quietly ready for another night.
I have to go back. Not to get medication, to get answers.
He tucked the old notebook into his bag and headed for the door. The clock on his nightstand blinked 9 p.m. Sleep could wait. He walked down the familiar street, the pharmacy's glow growing closer. Through the glass, Hinata still hadn't noticed him. Her secret was out in his hands.
This time I won't leave until I understand why she waited so long for me.
He pushed open the pharmacy door. The bell's ring sounded heavier tonight.
Welcome back, Tsubasa.
She's always ready. Like she's been expecting me for years.
Your prescription is ready. And I added a small snack. No note this time.
Thanks. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
How long have you worked here? You seem very familiar with the neighborhood.
About a year. I wanted a small pharmacy where I could really know the patients.
A year, exactly when my insomnia refills started here. Did you always want to be a pharmacist? I heard you studied something else before.
I thought pharmacy was a better fit. More personal connections.
She hesitated. That wasn't the whole truth.
He glanced at her name tag. Hinata, the same name from the notebook.
Is there anything else I can help with?
No, that's all. I'll see you next time.
He paid and left, the bag lighter than the questions he carried.
She switched careers. She chose this pharmacy. It all points to me.
He walked home, the old notebook a heavy weight in his bag.
I need to know the full story. She's been waiting for me to notice. Next time I'll ask her directly. No more half questions.
The pharmacy lights dimmed behind him, but its quiet presence lingered. Inside, Hinata touched her name tag, a small, nervous habit. The next day, Tsubasa decided to avoid Hinata and find another pharmacy, a larger chain store with fluorescent lights and a busy counter. He asked for his specific medication. The pharmacist shook her head. He tried 2 more stores. Same result. His generic wasn't stocked anywhere else.
It's her pharmacy or nothing. My insurance only covers that one location.
By evening, he stood outside Sakura Pharmacy again, the sign glowing softly. He pushed the door open, the bells chime louder than before.
Welcome back, Tsubasa. I was hoping you'd come today.
She handed him a bag, her fingers brushing the paper as she passed it over.
She expected me, even when I tried to disappear.
Inside the bag, a folded note rested against the prescription bottle. The note read, "I missed you last time. Are you okay?"
She knew I skipped my last visit. She was waiting for me. This isn't just attention. It's a web of kindness I can't escape. No other pharmacy. Her notes. Her memory of me. I'm completely cornered.
He looked up. Hinata's honey eyes held a quiet, hopeful question.
I have to know the truth. Everything leads back to her. Thank you. I'll be back when it's time.
He paid and stepped outside. The note crumpled in his fist.
No more running. Next time, I'll ask her directly why she waited 7 years.
That night, he sat with the note unfolded on his desk. He read the words again, the ink as careful as the ones in his old notebook.
I have to face her. Whatever she did it for me.
The morning after, Tsubasa scrolled through his phone and found Sato's number. He pressed call. Sato picked up on the second ring.
Sato, it's Tsubasa. Can we meet? I need to ask more about Hinata.
Sure, man. The convenience store again? I'll be there in 20.
They met outside the convenience store, neon light flickering above.
So you really didn't remember her? That's wild considering how dedicated she was.
Tell me everything. What happened after freshman year?
She was pre-med, top of her class. But at the end of sophomore year, she suddenly switched to pharmacy. Everyone was shocked. She had a full scholarship for med school, but she gave it up.
She gave up med school for a small pharmacy? That doesn't make sense unless…
I heard she wanted a quieter life. But honestly, I always thought she had a thing for you.
A thing? What do you mean?
Come on, man. She spent a whole year taking notes for a guy who barely showed up. That's not just helpful. She probably rearranged her whole life to end up near you. That's some next-level devotion.
7 years. She waited 7 years, switched careers just to be there when I walked in.
Hey, you okay? You look pale.
I'm fine. I just need some air. Thanks, Sato. This helps more than you know.
Sato watched him go, scratching his head. Tsubasa walked home, each step heavy with the weight of her sacrifice. At his desk, he opened his phone and stared at the pharmacy's contact page.
She gave up her dream for a chance to be close to me. She's waited long enough.
He pocketed his phone and grabbed his jacket. The pharmacy closed in 2 hours. Tsubasa stood before the pharmacy, the warm light spilling onto the dark street. He took a deep breath, hand on the door handle. Inside, Hinata organized a shelf, her back half-turned.
Oh, Tsubasa, you're early tonight.
She noticed my schedule shift again. Hinata, can we talk? I need to ask you something.
His voice was steadier than he felt.
Of course. What is it?
Just say it. Ask her why she's here. Ask about college.
But the words caught in his throat as a customer stepped up to the counter. An elderly woman with a prescription slip and a tired smile.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry, Tsubasa. Can you wait just a moment? I'll be quick.
He nodded, stepping aside. The moment shattered, but the pressure built. Hinata attended to the customer, her voice professional and kind.
This isn't a conversation for an audience. I'll wait.
He leaned against a shelf, watching her work.
She looks the same as she did in the lab. Focused, gentle.
The minutes stretched. The customer thanked her and left. The pharmacy fell quiet again. Only the hum of the refrigerator.
Sorry about that. Now what did you want to ask?
This is it. No more delays.
The question hung in the air, ready to break 7 years of silence.
Why did you become a pharmacist, Hinata? And why here in this neighborhood?
She froze. The polite smile faded.
Was it because of me?
He knows. How much does he remember?
Instead of answering, he reached into his bag and pulled out a stack of notes. One of them read, "You look tired today." Another, "Don't skip meals on Tuesdays." He placed an old college notebook beside them. The name Hinata was on the cover.
I know you were my lab partner 7 years ago. You gave me your notes for a whole year.
You remember? I was the girl who lent you her notes for a year, Tsubasa. You never noticed me. I'm patient. I'm still here.
She spoke through tears that she'd held back for years.
I switched from pre-med to pharmacy because I wanted to be near you. I tracked your prescriptions, your habits. I just wanted to help.
She threw away her future for a chance to be in my life. I forgot her, and she never blamed me.
Every note I wrote, I just wanted you to know someone was watching over you. I'm sorry if it scared you.
She apologized. After 7 years of silent care, she apologized to me. Hinata, I don't know what to say. Thank you for everything.
She placed a new bag on the counter. His name was written on it, as always. He took it, his hand trembling slightly.
No matter how long it takes, I'll be here. Take care, Tsubasa.
He walked to the door, the bag clutched tightly, her quiet devotion echoing in his mind. The bell chimed softly as he stepped out into the night. The night air was cold, but Tsubasa barely felt it. He walked slowly, the paper bag pressed against his chest.
She remembered everything. My schedule, my meals, my tiredness for 7 years.
The streetlights blurred as her voice echoed in his mind.
I never noticed her. Not once. She was invisible to me.
Guilt pressed against his ribs, but beneath it, a strange warmth spread.
She waited 7 years. She threw away her dream for a chance to be near me.
He reached his apartment, the door heavy but somehow less isolating. Inside, he set the bag on his desk and sank into the chair. He pulled out the new bag, his name, handwritten as always. Inside, a small note. Thank you for listening. Sleep well.
Even now, she's thinking of me. Not asking for anything, just caring.
He unfolded the old notes from his pocket and spread them beside the new one. The same handwriting, the same quiet devotion. A timeline of care.
She was my silent guardian, and I never even knew her name until now.
For the first time in years, the hollow ache in his chest felt smaller.
What do I do now? Just keep showing up every 2 weeks.
He had no answer. But the question no longer felt like a trap. Outside, the pharmacy lights still glowed softly in the dark. Inside, Hinata touched her name tag, a faint, tired smile on her lips. She had waited 7 years. She could wait a little longer. And in the quiet of his room, Tsubasa felt the first thin thread of connection stretching between them. He didn't reach for his medication that night. Instead, he simply closed his eyes, and for the first time in a long while, sleep came easily. Morning light crept through the blinds. Tsubasa opened his eyes without the usual wait. The clock read 7:15 a.m. He had slept through the night for the first time in years.
No medication. Just sleep. Because of her words?
He reached for the note on his nightstand. Sleep well, it said.
She meant it. Every note was a pulse of care I never felt. I can't just go back for a refill like nothing happened. Not anymore.
He went to his desk, pulled out a blank sheet and wrote.
I remember now. Let's talk when you're free.
He folded the note carefully. His jacket was by the door. The pharmacy opened in an hour. The morning streets were quiet, a pale sun rising behind the pharmacy. The sign was still dark. No one inside.
Good. I don't want her to see me leaving this.
He knelt and slid the folded paper under the glass door. The note settled on the floor just inside, a small rectangle of white.
Now she'll know I didn't run away again.
He straightened and walked away, hands in his pockets. The pharmacy remained silent, the note waiting.
I don't know what I'll say when I see her next, but I'll show up.
Back at his apartment, he sat on his bed, the same bed where he'd spent so many sleepless nights. But this time, his chest didn't feel empty. And at the pharmacy, a faint shape moved behind the glass. Hinata was arriving. A key turned in the lock. The pharmacy door slid open with a familiar rattle. Hinata stepped inside, the bell chiming softly above her. She paused. A small white rectangle lay on the floor just inside the entrance. She bent down, her fingers trembling as they closed around the folded paper. She unfolded it. Her eyes moved across the words. The note read, I remember now. Let's talk when you're free. Her breath caught. The ink was slightly messy, but familiar.
He remembered. He actually wrote to me.
She pressed the note to her chest, just over her heart.
He remembered.
A single tear slid down her cheek, but her smile was brighter than the morning sun. She looked toward the door, imagining him outside, under the same sky. She walked to the counter and carefully placed the note next to the stack of small paper bags. Her fingers touched the name tag on her coat, a habit born of years of quiet waiting.
7 years? And now a door is finally opening.
She turned and began her opening routine, but her hands moved with a lightness they hadn't had in years. Outside, the morning sun climbed higher, casting long, gentle shadows. Inside on the counter, the note sat among the pharmacy supplies, a promise, now waiting. The street was quiet. The air was cool. Somewhere, Tsubasa was walking. In his apartment, Tsubasa looked out his window, a small, unfamiliar hope in his chest. And at the pharmacy, for the first time, Hinata didn't just wait, she believed. The note on the floor had been found. And through the glass, a shadow moved, a girl with mint green hair, ready for whatever came next.